Tonight's tournament final is about to go underway. We'll take a quick look at qualifying. Pole position, we have Jackson with a 48.08. He's a four-time winner. He's going to be in the number 4 car. Second on the grid will be Jake. He's in the number 3 car. He's a one-time winner here with a 48.5. Pretty sizable gap there, but he's a good driver, so we'll see him pick up some time in the race, I'm sure. In the number 2 car, we have Alex with a 48.875. Pretty good drifter, pretty good racer at the same time. It's exciting to see him here. Very close behind in the number 1 car, we have Waleed, who's very familiar with open wheel cars. We'll see if he can cut through the pack a little bit today. Rounding out the grid for the finals, we have Josh in the number 5 car. Very fast considering he only has 1 month of experience and he's keeping up with these veterans. He's learned a lot very quickly and he's earned a lot of respect, so it's very cool to see him in the finals. Once Jackson in the number 4 car crosses the line, the race will go ahead and start. Looks like he's about there and they're underway. Looks like Jake has got the inside line there. He's going to hold on to that, but it's clean into the first corner. But it looks like Josh is going to be making a move into Waleed already. And he has. It looks like it's stuck. Looks like the race between first and second is being very close here. Jake is not letting Jackson get away, but Josh has made his way into 4th. Alex has held on to 3rd. Waleed has dropped back into 5th. We are about to go down into the downhill chicane here. Looks like Jake's close enough to make a move. Looks like he's going to use on the inside. Oh, and he's tapped Jackson a little bit on the rear end. He spun him all the way around. Looks like Alex got held up back there. Looks like Josh is now in P2 and he's about to overtake Jake. Is he going to be able to do it? It looks like he's still on the inside there as we look at Jackson recovering. Josh has made a massive dive, and he's kept it on the track. Josh is now leading the race from Jake in 2nd, Alex in 3rd, Waleed in 4th. But it looks like Waleed might make a move. No, he backs out of it. Alex holds on to 3rd. He's been hurt the whole time. But big news on lap 1, our pole sitter is now in last, and the person who started in last is now in 1st. And to be honest, I can't see Jackson recovering from this. That is a big mistake to make on lap 1. But Josh, the guy who only has 1 month of experience, has now got to defend from Jake, who's got way more experience. He's got a lot more overtaking techniques up his sleeve than Josh would defending. Looks like that crash on lap 1 has been ruled as a racing incident. While we see Jake ride up into the rear of Josh there. That was very close. Looks like they're going into the final corner here on lap 2, and it looks like Alex is actually going to be taking some jabs at Jake. All these drivers, very good, very competitive, consistent finalists. They're all going to be racing right next to each other for the rest of this race. They're all super consistent, and it looks like Waleed is itching to get out of 4th place. He is getting right up on Alex. Alex is losing a little bit of time to the 2 leaders, just trying to fight off Waleed. It looks like Jackson might be using a little bit of anger to his advantage because he's just set the fastest lap and he's 5 seconds behind the rest of the pack. It's dangerous. Hopefully he doesn't make another mistake, but I reckon even if he does low 48s consistently, he's not going to be able to get anywhere near the front. Looks like, well, Alex has run wide and Waleed has made it into 3rd. Alex has gone all the way off the track. Waleed is now in 3rd, but the 2 leaders have broken away quite a lot. Even Jackson's going to be able to take advantage of Alex's mistake. He's moved up to 4th. That's 1 less car for him to pass on track, but I'm starting to doubt that he's even going to catch up to everyone else. But I'm even more impressed by Josh's performance. He's been defending from Jake for around 2 laps now, and the new guy has been able to keep Jake behind him for this long. And then there were 3. We have Waleed in 3rd, Jake in 2nd, and Josh in 1st. We'll have to see where the rest of this race goes. Jake has definitely got the pace to pass Josh, but Josh is showing off so well. We can see Jackson in the background there. He's still flying right now trying to make up that time, but I'm doubting he will. I guess we'll see if I have to eat my own words later, but yeah, he's definitely closing that gap. But these 3 right now are where the racing action is at. Whoa, Waleed looks really fast in there. He's closed the gap on Jake a little bit, but wow, Jake just gets that exit down really well. He's been on Josh's ass this whole time. It looks like he took a very tight inside line there. He is right behind Josh. Doesn't look like there was any contact. Looks like he had to back out of that. Oh, he's very wide there. Looks like Waleed might even be able to capitalize off that. And he sort of has. Waleed is closer to Jake than Jake is to Josh. It looks like we might see a move for 2nd here. Or at least we're getting very close to it. Yeah, Waleed is right there. He's made a lot of time. But I think what happened to Jake was he got a lot of dirty air from Josh. That's a flat-out right-hander. You can just barely make it if you're mashing the throttle and have a good line. But since Jake didn't have that downforce, I think he wasn't quite ready for that. He might have gone a little bit wide there because of that. Looks like Josh has gone wide, made a mistake. Waleed's crashed into the side of him. Josh just rolled. Jackson's now in second. Waleed and Josh have had a massive crash. Josh nearly rolled it. Waleed went in too hard. Josh spun it. Jake's now in the lead. Wow, that was chaotic. Jackson went from last to second, and he hasn't even had to race anyone. Looks like Josh is in third, Waleed is in fourth, Alex is in fifth now. Wow, that was such a bad crash. It's got to be one of the biggest crashes we've seen. But it was undeniably a racing incident. You know, Josh just went in too hard. He might have locked the rear wheels there, and he just spun, and Waleed was in the wrong place, wrong time. So I doubt any penalties will be dished out. But Josh has spun out again in the downhill chicane. What is going on? And he's reversing on the track, and Waleed, whoa, that was very close there. Josh is now at the back. Waleed's in third. Alex is in fourth, but that was a very close crash. That was nearly really bad. That was not that safe of a rejoin. And Waleed's going kind of wide there. Ooh, a little bit into the gravel. And Alex shoots past. He's into third. Now Waleed is back into fourth. This race is stressful for the drivers, exciting for the spectators, and a mouthful for the commentators. This has been absolutely incredible. There's been a position change, I believe, every lap. But so far, Jake is the only driver to not make a mistake. He's leading this race by quite a lot now, but Jackson is still making up a little bit of time. I don't think he's going to be able to pass him on track, though. Jake might have this one in the bag. Jake is now coming into the final corner for this lap, but it looks like he's going way too fast. He's in the gravel, he's into the wall even. Oversteers rejoining into the wall again, and there goes Jackson. He's just set a 47-second lap time, and he's winning the race. Jake made a massive mistake there. He's going to be hitting himself over that. But that's curse of the commentator right there. Right when I say that Jake's run a perfect race so far, he goes off. And it looks like I might have to eat my own words, because now Jackson is in the lead, and he is still fast. He's been keeping it on the track, even though he's pushing so hard for a racing environment, and he's driving angry. But Jake is not going to let that get away. He's pissed off, too. This is going to be an incredible drive. Looks like they have two completely different lines for that chicane. We haven't really seen Jackson's line yet, but Jake is not going to let him get away. Not this time. Not ever again. Jake into the final corner again, but he's made another mistake. He's oversteered. He's into the grass. Jackson is going to make a massive gap out of that. And he's just done a low 48-second time. He's still pushing hard. Jake off again wide. Oh, he sees the red mist. He's not going to be very consistent anymore. He's lost a lot of time there, but Jackson is now leading the race. What an incredible drive so far. He went from first to fifth in the first lap, and now he's back up to first. Everyone else just made their own mistakes and got out of his way. He has had some incredible luck this race. Let's hope he maintains that luck, because if he doesn't slow down, if he doesn't start driving careful, he's going to make another big mistake, and Jake is going to be right there to capitalize. It's between these two, I think. Jackson's only mistake was closing the door on Jake in that downhill chicane. Oh, and it looks like Alex might have gone off. Is that Alex? Yeah, that is Alex. Oh, it looks like Josh is going to be able to capitalize off that. Alex is now in fifth place. I wonder what happened there. We don't see Waleed. Alex from third to fifth. I don't know. Maybe Waleed was involved in that, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get a replay of that, as this is a live stream. But you're watching the 8th ever Yellowstone Grand Prix Thursday Night Throwdown Tournament. Yellowstone Grand Prix, of course, being Idaho Falls, Idaho. If you're in the area, come stop by. The shop owner is very friendly. He hosts these tournaments every other Thursday. It's a place where anyone can just come in and hop in a race car and drive it anywhere they want. So it's a very cool place with a very cool atmosphere. And every other Thursday, if you come in, you're welcome to enter a tournament if you have $25. So check it out if you're in the area. This is the 8th tournament we've ever done. It's also our biggest one, with a pot of $170 going to the winner. It's Formula 3 cars at the Valderbanen circuit in Norway. 14 drivers entered tonight, and this is our first event of February. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing another one. All of these tournaments are run in Race Room, which has a great diversity in racing styles and cars and tracks. So it's very exciting to have this as our software. Looking at the left side of your screen, you can see that Jake is kind of making that delta a little bit smaller. Because this race has been so crazy, I'm not going to say whether or not he is or isn't going to pass Jackson. I reckon if Jackson makes a mistake, he's definitely going to be able to get close and we might see a battle, but wow, these two drivers take such different lines. It's really hard to judge whether or not one or the other is faster because they just have different cornering, entry, and exit speeds. They are prioritizing different parts of the track, so naturally Jackson's going to be faster in some of them and Jake's going to be faster in other ones. We can't really see the lap times too well right now, but it looks like Jackson is a little bit faster, but honestly it looks like Jake might still be closing that gap. He might have a little bit more pace to show. Jackson has been incredibly consistent so far. Just a few more seconds on the clock. It looks like we might be coming up to our final lap. So if Jackson doesn't make any kind of mistake on this final lap, he might have it in the bag. But it looks like the checkered flag is going to come out. On this lap, there's no way he's going to be able to do 1 second lap time or anything. So it is going to be the checkered flag out right now. So on this final lap, our standings are Jackson first, Jake in second, Waleed is in third right now, Josh is in fourth, and Alex is in fifth. Whether or not Jackson makes a mistake on this lap, I think we've had an exciting enough race. So whether Jake or Jackson wins, I think it's got to be one of the best tournaments we had, if not the absolute best. But it's been so exciting. Nobody's ran a good race today. Well, that's not entirely true. Nobody's ran a mistake-free race, except for Jackson pretty much. He only had that one incident, and he's celebrating. Across the line now. He's going to be taking home $170 and a trophy. I think, honestly, everyone did a great race today. I don't really know if I could even pick a driver of the day. Everyone was spot on. Josh he did an incredible drive considering how much experience he has. Jackson, of course, had that great recovery from that spin on the first lap. Luckily, he had the whole race to make that up. Unfortunately, I think Jake fell because of the pressure. I think if he only made one mistake, then that would have been an exciting battle, and he would have had a better chance of winning. Considering Alex doesn't really have that much, practice time on this track in these kind of cars with this kind of racing, I think he did fairly well just getting into the finals. It was a little bit unfortunate considering how many mistakes he made and how many accidents he was involved in, but I think overall he did the best that he could. Waleed had 21 Newton meters while everyone else had 8 Newton meters, and the pedals on his sim are a lot harder to use for this car, so I think that's kind of what put him in his grave. But the final standings are Jackson in first, Jake in second, Waleed is in third, Josh is in fourth, and Alex is in fifth. Fastest lap goes to Jackson, who had a 47.942, which is actually faster than his qualifying time by about a tenth, a little bit over a tenth actually. But for driver of the day, I think it's between Josh and Jackson. Josh does not have that much experience racing at all in the sim or in real life. So having him be in the finals and even not be dead last in the finals is incredible. So I think props to him. It's unfortunate that he made that one mistake while he was leading, but other than that, he ran a pretty good race today. Jackson, of course, with that recovery, the win, pole, and the fastest lap is also a pretty good call for driver of the day. But I think, honestly, overall, I'm going to have to give it to Josh. He's learned a lot over the month, and even just tonight, he shaved probably a full second off all of his laps. So it's very impressive and very cool to see people learning from this and see people improving. Thanks to Yellowstone Grand Prix for hosting this event, and thanks to CoolBloke96 for providing the commentary. That's going to be all for tonight, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks' time.